it now, they can watch it later or when they can. We're going to post on the YouTube channel of P5, so everybody can watch this amazing conversation we're going to have. And my students know that I've made a big advertisement of this live, of this club, because I said to everybody, Ron, that you were an incredible person, that you're so nice.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I'm going.
and that this live is going to be so great because then they can hear an American and a Native American speaking, so they will have this great opportunity. And also they can talk to you. That's amazing. All right. So, Ron, I would like you to first introduce yourself to our students. Say where you're from, your graduation. I already said your graduation,
Mhm.
but if you want to talk a little about it. And, yeah, just present yourself in this first
Okay.
time.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you guys for having me. This is so nice. Thank you to Mary. Thank you to everyone who came. My name is Ron Drummond. I am from the United States of America, the state of Pennsylvania, which is on the eastern coast, the northeast part of the states. I graduated with my Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy from Kutztown University back in December of 2019. Um, yeah, that's a little bit about me. Should I just talk about my interests or stuff like that, or anything
Yeah,
else?
you could talk about it.
Okay, yeah. So generally speaking, I am into all sorts of stuff. Um, when I was at Kutztown, I worked as a tutor because one of my passions was just interacting with students and helping them through the difficulties that is philosophy. I tutored for 3 years in
Mm-hmm.
logic, introduction to philosophy, and ethics. And during that time, I would spend, some time with students and just um, instruct them, answer questions concerning various different topics and ideas in philosophy, just helping them out with their coursework. Um, yeah, that was most of my experience at Kutztown. Uh, Trying to think of what else. I'm not used to talking about myself sometimes.
Difficult, right?
Yeah, you kind of take those things for granted. It's just like, oh, what do I say about myself? You ask, and it's just like, oh, what do I say?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, all around nerd. Is that fair to say? Um, all around nerd. My interests are, I guess, kind of vast. People who know me know that I talk about all sorts of stuff. So if you have any
Mm-hmm.
specific questions, definitely ask me. Like I could just keep going on and on about stuff. But
Yeah, I have a question for you, Ron.
go ahead.
Uh,
Yeah, absolutely.
you said you graduated in December last year,
Hmm.
and in this year, are you currently working with philosophy? Are you teaching somewhere or not yet?
Not yet. I'm currently not teaching anywhere. I am
Mhm.
currently looking for a suitable graduate program, but because of COVID-19, that has become more difficult as of right
Mhm.
now. But I still part-time tutor in
Mhm.
philosophy for students that need it. Not associated or affiliated with the university, but I do independent tutoring for students who need it. So
Mhm. Mhm. I get it. And did you ever, because you didn't travel to out of the USA, right?
mhm,
You didn't go out
mhm.
of the USA, but would you like to come to Brazil one day?
Yes, I would. Brazil seems like a wonderful place to go. Uh, just all the festivals. I don't know what kind of festival is. What's it called?
Yeah,
Uh,
you
Carnival.
can say festivals.
Carnival. Carnival. Yeah.
Carnival. Yeah, carnival. It's so popular.
What is that? If I may ask, what is Carnival? I don't know much about it, but I do see images of it, and it's spectacular.
Yeah, I will try to explain to you.
Okay. Okay.
So, Carnival in Brazil, it's a very popular celebration where people go to the streets, celebrate. They can celebrate the way they want it. So they go in costumes, like each costumes they want. Like men dressed as women and women as men, and it's like no rules. So people can
Mm,
do whatever they like to be. And
mm,
also we have in Rio and Sao Paulo, we have those parades where
mm,
the samba schools they make that parade, and it's a giant event because they keep preparing this event for the entire year, you know. So when
mm.
it finishes, they start preparing it for next year, and they spend a lot of money because it's an event that calls a lot of tourists that uh,
Right,
tourists come here to Brazil to see this.
right.
um, and I think that's it. Do you guys have any other contribution to Carnival? Do
Yes.
you students have? No? Yeah, I think that's it. People
Okay.
can go to the streets and have fun, you know. Here in my city, because it's not a city, it's a town. It's a very small town. I live
Mm,
where Ilana lives. It's in Campo Mourão. It has like a hundred, no, 100,000 inhabitants. About it, right, Ilana? It's something like that, right? I don't remember exactly, but it's something like that. It's not so many people, and here it's not so common that people go to the streets and have these parties. But in big cities, they usually have it like big parades, and people go to the streets and have fun and drink a lot. You know, it's like that.
sounds pretty exciting. Sounds very
Yeah,
exciting.
it's cool. It's fun. I don't like it very much because I am home person. I like to stay
Right,
at home all the
right,
time.
right. There seems to be one of those celebrations where you kind of have to have the personality for it. Right.
Ex-
Yeah, you have to have the personality for it.
That's
Makes
it.
sense.
That's it. Yeah, so people that like to party, you know, to
Hmm.
dance, to have fun, and to drink, they go outside and
Right,
have.
right.
All right. So I explained Carnival to Ron, and now it's his time to explain Thanksgiving to us.
Okay, Thanksgiving. Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't know kind of what people in Brazil know about Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving is a holiday where basically Americans are celebrating the kind of the harvest season and the kind of intersect between European religious separatists that came from England and the Native American communities here on the East Coast. Um, they had to learn how to adapt to this new environment when they sailed here. And what we are celebrating is that kind of newfound relationship, that kind of interesting relationship they both had, and that kind of mutual thriving through that interaction. So it doesn't become an official holiday until the 19th century, but that's kind of the root of Thanksgiving. And so Americans typically, we sit around the table, we kind of reflect on and talk about what we're thankful for throughout the year or just in general. And we eat lots and lots of food. You know, it's a feasting kind of holiday. So,
I love it. That's the part I would love the most.
right, exactly.
Yeah. And on Thanksgiving, what kind of food do you usually have?
So it varies from family to family and table to table, but generally
Mhm.
speaking, most families eat turkey,
Turkey.
ham,
Mhm.
potatoes.
Mhm.
My family, we like to cook things like macaroni and cheese, potato
Mhm.
salad, cranberry sauce, breads, all sorts of things.
So it depends on.
Yeah, it really depends. Some people like to make pastas. It's really open to what people just want to throw together, because it's really that time together that I think is really special. Um,
Mhm.
and I think that time together is going to be very important, especially this year, when there has been so many trials and obstacles to, solid relationship and being in person due to COVID-19. So I think this Thanksgiving is going to be very, very special, personally.
And will you have your family with you? Like your whole family together?
No, not my entire family. We are going to be, well, for the past couple of years, we've just had kind of Thanksgiving just with my kind of small knit family. So my mom, my dad, and my brother and sister. But because of COVID-19, we can't bring over like other parts of our family and stuff like that. But that's understandable. We want to keep everyone safe anyway. So
Yeah, of course. Do you guys have any questions to Ron so far? Would you like to ask some questions about Thanksgiving or anything else you would like to ask him?
I have one.
Right.
yes.
If Thanksgiving is so important like Christmas, the biggest about the importance.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is it as important as Christmas, Ron? It's more important, it's less important, it's equal?
Oh man. Since these holidays really do blend together during the season, it's kind of hard to tell. I will say this: nothing really beats Christmas. I think
Okay.
that's fair to say. So if we're talking about importance, and like if we were to measure importance by the celebration of it, it's definitely Christmas is definitely more important, I would say. But Thanksgiving is so close to it that sometimes it's hard to tell, but can't be Christmas. Can't be Christmas.
And since we're talking about dates, special
Mhm.
dates, I would like to ask you, how was Halloween with this disease, this pandemic? How was it? Did children still go to streets asking for treat or treats, or didn't they go? How was it?
I believe some communities had complete bans on trick or treating, and some,
Mhm.
depending on the local, the kind of local, the location and stuff like that, some people still had trick or treating. I guess it was cut short though. I think there were
Mhm.
like really tight curfews about having young children out trick or treating during that time. Um,
Mhm.
Sometimes they will, yeah, just straight up ban it. I
Mhm.
heard in the news they will just straight up just have like no one trick or treating, and sometimes they'll just have I don't know, maybe like a limited amount of people out during that time,
Mhm.
because I think trick or treating ends around 9, or yeah, I think it ends around 9. Uh,
Mhm.
so yeah, I was totally inside during that time, so I didn't know what the rascals were out there doing, but
What was happening?
yeah, it's just like what are they out there doing? But
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Yeah, I get it. But I still have another question about
oh yeah,
Halloween.
yeah.
We have many questions for Ron. Oh my God, let's use Ron. Oh, so in that movie, I don't remember the name in English though. In Portuguese, I'm going to search here because I don't remember. In
Okay.
Portuguese, it's called A Morte Te Dá Parabéns. Does anyone know the name in English? A Morte Te Dá Parabéns. Does anyone know here? Help me? No? I think it's just me who likes horror movies. Just a moment. Oh, it's Happy Death Day. Did you watch this movie, Ron?
The
Happy
movie.
Death
Okay, yes, I have. I have
Day?
watched Happy Death Day.
Yeah, and I remember in one scene of this movie, she was killed during Halloween because people usually go party in the streets. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm mistaken, but I remember something
Uh,
like that. And do people, not only children, because here in Brazil it comes to us that Halloween is a celebration, and some people call it Witch Day,
okay.
and that children go out from house to house asking for trick or treating. But we don't know exactly how it happens. As you said, you had a one vision of carnival of photos you have seen and something like that,
Hmm.
but you didn't know how it happened.
Hmm.
And as I've seen this scene that she dies during a celebration of Halloween, I was thinking, do the adults go out to party and do stuff like that, I forgot the word, but do they try to scare people, you know, with the costumes and, I don't know, attitudes, things like that? Does it happen?
I believe it does. Some people celebrate Halloween in that way. If you ever watch YouTube, there are various different pranks that people like to pull on Halloween. Some of them public pranks and stuff like that. I will say that it's definitely, at least in my area where I live, I have not experienced too many people doing public stuff, but adults will go out sometimes and go to, mostly people who are around college age kids will go out and go to parties and stuff like that. If you're, you know, typically older than that, you know, you have rascals or little ones that want to go trick or treating. So you know, might dress up for them, but maybe not go to a party per se. But yeah, that's how it is for adults most of the time. So you will get some people that like to go out and scare people, but it's definitely not a common practice, at least in my experience.
It's just some people that like to do it, but it's not like a tradition or like this.
Right.
Okay. Do you guys have any other question for Ron? No? Do you have it, Ilana? You turned on your camera. Ilana is Ron's friend too, guys. As I said, we're friends here. Ilana was a teacher in PFI. She worked in PFI during 2017, Ilana, right? 2017, yeah. So, and she indicated all these nice people to have these meetings with us. So thank you, Ilana. Thank you, Ron.
You're welcome. You're welcome, guys.
All right. So the next question is about Black Friday, because I said that we would talk about this.
Oh man. All right.
Yeah. So my question to you, Ron, I think most of us Brazilians, like I said, we call it Black Fraud sometimes because we don't even have it. We don't even have a Black Friday here. Usually companies make us fools. We don't buy stuff with really good discounts, you know. But I believe in the US. They so you can talk about this day, how it happens in your country, in your city especially, and if you really have these discounts or it's just a lie.
So Black Friday, the interesting thing about Black Friday is, so at the end of Thanksgiving, it typically starts. And that's the funniest thing about it, I believe, because the deep irony is you have this celebration where you're giving thanks and then you run out to buy more stuff, right? So there's a deep irony there that's I don't think discussed a lot, where it's just like, wait, we just gave thanks to all these things and then
buy more things.
And then let's go buy more things, right? You know, really ironic. But so I will say this: I typically don't go out on Black Friday. The environment that I've seen on Black Friday has sometimes scared me at times. I'm just like, oh my goodness, what is going on? If you look on YouTube, there is a video, and I crack up about it every time, where it's basically an Englishman who narrates Black Friday shoppers like it's Animal Planet.
My God.
And it is the funniest thing. But the scary thing about it is there's almost like, wow, this almost fits. This almost fits. And so it is an interesting day. I guess the prices are lower and I guess they're better, but I wouldn't personally know. To make people run out of their house right after they just got done eating and being thanks, I don't know, you know? It's a really interesting day.
But you never had this habit of going on a Black Friday day?
I've gone out, but I haven't gone after Thanksgiving. So sometimes I'll go and see the aftermath. You
Oh,
know, so you go out, so there's the most common time to see Black Friday phenomena is the hours post Thanksgiving dinner. That's most of the Black Friday activity that you see. But some people do still go out on Black Friday, on that Friday, um,
mhm,
to do some shopping. And I've been out a few times, and the prices are definitely lower, but not to an extent to where I would see people, fighting over television sets or, yanking game consoles out
mhm.
of each other's hands. It's kind of a, that's really interesting in that regard.
Yeah, I've seen some videos that I almost thought it was like a setup, I thought, no, it's fake.
Right.
Because
Right.
it cannot be true that some people like stepped on another people, it was a mess and people
Right.
were hurt. And I was like, oh my gosh,
Right.
does it pay off to be does do the discounts pay off, because it's so much it's such a confusion to be there, and you can be hurt and you can hurt another people, so it's like you know
And they're over to, like, you hear like stories in the news, and I'm sure we're going to hear stories in the news coming up this week, where
yeah.
people sometimes get seriously hurt or even killed, unfortunately. I mean, it's absolutely it's sometimes heartbreaking to see, but
Mm-hmm.
no, yeah, that's a crazy day. Some people waiting long lines out in the cold, you know what I mean, full bellies, and they're ready to, you
They
know
sleep in front of stores, right? Like
they
they
sleep. Yeah, yeah, they sleep in front of stores. They're ready to knock over every retail employee they see just to get something. Yeah, no, it's some of that is it's interesting because you couldn't make it up with some of the things that happen on Black Friday. You couldn't make some of that stuff up, but some of that stuff is really true, about
Mhm.
people running around and grabbing stuff, and a lot of those clips you see on YouTube or other video platforms. Yeah, it
And
happens.
fighting over products, no, it's
And
not.
fighting over I mean, it's just, oh man. I mean, me and my friends, some of the people I'm friends with are always just like, man, I could never be out there doing that. I could never be out there doing that. That would just, I couldn't subject my friends and family to that kind of behavior.
Mhm.
It's just absolutely a mess. But no, yeah.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's like animal behavior.
Yeah. I mean, the the worst of humanity just comes out on that day of the greediness. It's just it's but I will also say that, just uh from a personal standpoint, America does have a high consumer culture. So
Hmm.
if that plays into it, which I'm sure it does to some extent, that's just a big reflection of that consumer culture we have.
Hmm. Hmm. And do you consider yourself a consumerist or not?
No, I do not like to go out and uh just buy for the sake of, I don't believe in buying for the sake of buying on Black Friday. That just it's ridiculous. Of course, everyone loves to buy things they want and buy things they like to get, but the idea of running out just to grab a TV because it's on sale, I just couldn't do it, right? I don't have the time, the energy, or the space in my house to put another, it's just, sometimes it's just ridiculous, but
Hmm.
some people do it.
Yeah, some people, they subject themselves, like you said, and to get a discount, they do everything it's possible to do,
Right,
even things that are not of human characteristics.
right, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Do you have any more questions, guys? Yeah. It's
Ilana has a
okay.
question.
Uh, yeah, I was going to say that Brazil wanted to copy America on things on Black Friday. Then we do it Brazilian style. We have Black Week, Black Month, Black
Oh,
November.
oh, oh.
So
Oh
it's
my
not
goodness.
only Friday. It's not only Friday, definitely.
I couldn't even imagine that. Can you imagine just the running every day, having to dodge human
Yeah,
beings just
yeah.
to, you know what I mean? I mean, I came in here for bread, you know what I mean? And you're just, wow.
I would say that's very nice that Ilana made this comment, because online we have all those stores making this, and some are making, like Ilana said, Black November. So the entire November we have promotions and discounts.
Wow.
Yeah, promotions.
Oh, there's some air quotes there. That's funny.
Yeah, so Brazil, I think Ilana touched in a subject that it's very cool to put it here, because she said that Brazil tried to copy this characteristic, this Black Friday. And I think Brazil tries to copy many things from the USA.
Mm.
Right, guys? The students are agreeing with me, Hudson. Yeah, because we do. And I remembered that song from those guys, Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's a good name, because here in Brazil, Ron, some people say Red Hot Chili Peppers. Não é, gente? Students. Não é assim que a gente fala? Red Hot. A gente fala assim, Ron. We say like that. Red Hot, Red Hot.
Head Jahachi? Head Jahachi? Oh man.
It's fun. It's fun. But from the band Tenham. Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Red Hot
É
Chili
o que eu me encontrava ali. It's kind of a tongue twister for us, Ron. Red Hot Chili Peppers, because we have the R sound and then we have the H sound that is, difficult for us to make, because the H sound here, we don't pronounce it. It's a silent letter. So it's difficult for us. But I would say that song, Californication, that he says that everybody has been to, you agree, right, Karen? Everybody has been to the US, even if they haven't, because we are so,
Right.
bold by
Right.
saying
The effect of globalization, right? That kind of connection between different that kind of exchange of information between nations, and that United States and Western influence. Yeah, definitely, that makes sense.
Yeah, and here in Brazil, like Ilana said, we copy many things, because I think it's like a pattern for us. The United States is like a pattern, and then everybody tries to copy, and even people, right? Because for example, you are wearing how can I say, a hat?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's a cold hat, right? It's for cold.
Right.
And I've seen people, because here in Brazil it's very hot in this time of year. Like I am melting here, and and I've seen people wearing this kind of hats in this hot weather.
Oh
And
my
then
goodness.
and then you were like, oh my God, But you see that it's because they are influenced by movies and series and singers and everybody from the US that appears on TV, and they want to copy.
Oh wow.
May I say something, Mari?
Of course.
Yeah, I was just thinking about Christmas. We were talking about celebrations. So like Christmas here, Ron, we have all those fake snowman, Santa Claus wearing super winter clothes, but we are like in 40 degrees Celsius.
Man, that must be something really funny. Like, what is this stuff? Is this doesn't even
usually every year people make comments about how nice would be to have our own Santa Claus, like wearing shorts, like a t-shirt,
right.
But it's not what happens.
Oh goodness, that's awesome.
That's awesome. yeah, Ron, it is. I really like American culture, but some people just criticize it and criticize it hard. right, Ilana? Like, oh, we shouldn't follow all these things, and putting Santa Claus like in the US, like covered with snow, and then
Mm.
we are like, oh, it doesn't snow here, and then going up chimneys, and then we don't even have a chimney here in Brazil. So, it's like that. Some people put
Right.
them Santa Claus onto their rooftops, but it's like that. We don't have a chimney. How could he enter there? So
Wow.
crazy,
That is
You
really
love Brazil, though.
well. I will say this, because I'm on the since I'm on the East Coast, we get Pennsylvania gets the most mixed weather. I mean, and I will never understand it. If Brazil, you can kind of predict that it's always going to be warm. Pennsylvania, it could be like hot one day and then snow tomorrow, and you're like, what is going on? This is weird. So, I think I would love to live in a place where I knew, hey, I can wear shorts outside tomorrow.
Yeah, it's like this season is hot.
Mhm.
I can wear these and that. Yeah. Yeah, totally like that, Ron. Yeah. Do you have questions, guys? Would you like to make some comments?
We can talk about anything.
Yeah, anything, guys. Ron is able to talk about anything you'd like. I'm just going to put the forms here so you can, it's just for the students, right, Ron? Because they have to fill out this form to get the presence in the club if they want. So it's here. But Kari, you are so silent. Ask Ron a question, please. I will ask the question I always ask to people. What is your
Okay.
sign, Ron?
My zodiac sign. I think I'm a Sagittarius.
Oh yeah, I think you've said this to me, but I forgot. Yes, Sagittarius. All right. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Did you ever make your Did you ever make your birth chart?
I haven't. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know much about astrology. So if you guys are gonna have to teach me, because I am because there are people who are like really into it. I have friends that are like, you know what, your Libra vibes are really, and I'm just like, what is going on here? This is a new language. I've never, you know what I mean? You are just so this energy. I'm like, it's really something interesting. There are people that are really passionate about it. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, I would be open to learning more about it, but I just don't know that much.
Yeah, well, here in Brazil, we call people that like astrology. We usually say that they are from human sciences, because
Mm,
people from the exact science, they don't believe it. They are like, oh my God, how could you believe something like that? And
right,
from humans, from
right.
human science, that we are crazy by nature. we, and you know that, Ron, because you're graduated in philosophy. We're crazy. So we are into this stuff. I think in the past, it was a habit to believe in astrology, and then it came back
Mm,
6 years ago. But it was just,
mm.
now we can come back to serious subjects.
I don't know about this, but I think in the 80s it was really popular here in the United States before. And then it's
Yeah.
kind of making its way back into popularity. So yeah, there's also that kind of skeptical attitude. There are a lot of
Mhm.
my friends that are just like, man, what, like this is stupid. You know what I mean? That's, you can find that same kind of same kind of opinion here. Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
definitely.
All right. So another question I have, Ron,
Hmm.
is did you ever talk to Brazilian people that went to Pennsylvania? Brazilian speakers, or never?
Mm, that's a good question. Have I ever spoke to anyone? Yes, but it was a long time ago. So when I was in high school, there was one girl who spoke Portuguese and Brazilian Portuguese, and she didn't speak it around obviously the other students, but sometimes she would sometimes say words just for fun. But that's all I can think of. There was one girl in my high school that was Brazilian and spoke Brazilian Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've heard it before, but outside of that, I haven't actually.
And has she taught you some words in Portuguese, or you don't
No,
remember?
no,
No?
that was no. That was a while ago. Yeah, it was kind of like I know about this student, this young lady, but I didn't really care.
I think we can teach some words in Portuguese to Ron, right, guys? I will start with one, and then you go with another
Uh-oh.
one. Especially the ones we don't have it in English. I will start with one that we don't have a translation to English.
Okay.
And it's xodó. I love xodó.
Okay.
Try to say, Ron. Xodó.
Xodó.
Yeah.
Xodó.
Love it. I love American people trying to speak Portuguese. It's so beautiful.
Oh man, you know what? I'm gonna probably look really silly, as I do it. I'm probably gonna look really silly.
I laugh because I like it. Xodó means, oh, how can I explain xodó? Xodó means when you have an affection for some people, truly affection, and then you can say that the person is your xodó, like the person is your, for example, when you say that somebody is very kind to you because somebody has a lot of affection to you. So you can say, meu xodó, this person is meu xodó, like this person is very kind to me, she's a very nice person to me. And also if you have affection for something, you can say it's a xodó.
So xodó.
Yeah. All right, let's go with another ones, guys. Let's participate.
Okay,
what words do you want to teach Ron in Portuguese? Hudson, I will start with you.
Okay, wait a minute, hold up. I think there's one coming to me that I think Alana told me. Hold up.
Okay.
Hold up. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Is bom dia one? Is bom dia? Is that one?
Bom dia. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Good morning.
There's still some stuff in the archives, but I'm trying to.
Yeah. That's so cool. All right. Hudson, do you have one?
I'm thinking one, but I don't know.
We have one word that we don't have in English to Ron, and it's saudade. Oh, yeah, Karen, thanks. Saudade.
Saudade.
Yeah.
Saudade.
Saudade. And in English, we would say, I miss you. We don't have a translation for saudade. Sorry. But it's like the feeling of missing someone, It's the noun. It's the noun. Like I miss somebody, so I have saudade, like that.
Okay.
And it's fun because it's a word that we don't have in any other language. It's just in Portuguese. We don't have a translation, a specific word to translate saudade in any other language.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you have another word, Zilana? Would you like to teach Ron something?
Yes, there's this one. I think it's a nice one that we say all the time in all situations possible. That is nossa.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, so nossa.
Yeah, it means our.
Our.
Yeah, it comes from Our Lady. When we use religious expressions to express surprise or something. So the complete sentence used to be Our Lady of Aparecida, that is our patron saint of Brazil. But then we started to get it shortened. So nowadays we usually go by Nossa, to all situations possible. Then you show what you mean by your facial expressions, intonation. You know, you can be angry, like "Nossa," or you can be surprised, "Nossa," and it's a very, very used one.
Nossa.
Yeah. Nossa. And Ariana put a variation of nossa that is minha nossa.
So
would
me
Yeah,
and
that would be like my hour.
my hour. Oh, okay.
My hour, lady.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Portuguese sometimes doesn't make sense.
Well, I'm getting my education today. This is good.
Yeah, you are broadening your vocabulary in Portuguese.
I am learning.
Yeah, you truly are. Do you have it, guys? Another words that we can teach Ron? You can put it, oh, coxinha, but I don't know how to translate it. Do you know
Coxinha.
coxinha, Ron?
I do not.
No? Would you like to say it to pronounce?
Coxinha. Is that right?
Coxinha.
Coxinha.
Very good.
I'm like a baby. I'm like learning how to speak, you know, when they're learning how to speak. Coxinha. Okay.
I liked how you could pronounce. Yeah, thanks, Ilana. That's this. That's coxinha. It's
Okay.
it's a mess. Can I say a pasta? I think a pasta is better. Made of flour, you know, the flour, and yeah, like a dough.
Like a dough. Okay.
Yeah, and you put you fill it with chicken or ground meat. I forgot how to say carne moída. I think it's I forgot it. But you can fill it with meat or chicken, right?
Yum. Yum.
And it's delicious.
Yum.
Everybody loves it here. And then you fry it. So
okay.
the pasta that you fill and then you fry it. Oh, and it's so delicious. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any more words to teach him? I'm loving it because he could pronounce the NH sound, and it's so difficult for them, right?
I have one.
Thanks, Ariana. Oh, so
to do a vaquinha.
Vaquinha. Oh my God, a little cow.
Okay, so I'm about to try it. Vaquinha. Is that right? Vaquinha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's great pronunciation.
Okay.
Yeah, vaquinha. Vaquinha means when I think there is an expression for this, Ilana, right? In English, but I forgot it. It's when you collect money from many people because you have a cause and you want to help this cause. Sometimes it's this the reason. So you make a vaquinha, you collect everybody's money. So you can get an amount of money to help a cause or to help somebody to get something they need, like medicines or something like that. You know,
It's almost like GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, like this. Okay. Do you have another words, guys? No? Would you like to ask something different for Ron about Thanksgiving or Black Friday or anything you like about Hegel? No, I'm kidding.
Please, Hegel.
No, I'm kidding.
No. It is absolutely fine. I just, like we were speaking earlier, Hegel is hard, but yeah. Absolutely anything. Have you ever been in Scranton? I have not. I have not been to Scranton. Scranton, Pennsylvania? I'm guessing you're asking about Scranton, Pennsylvania? I have not been to Scranton, Pennsylvania. That is a place I have not been. Oh, The Office. Is that where The Office takes place in Scranton, Pennsylvania?
Oh my God.
Does it take place up there? So I look. This is all right. I'm going to confess something. I have not seen The Office.
Oh my goodness.
Now look, you know what's funny? My best friend looks at me and says, "Oh my goodness, it's like one of the funniest shows ever, and you have not seen it." I'm like, I'm not cultured. I must not be cultured. apparently the entire world has seen this series except me. So I need to get on that at some point.
Yeah, yeah, it's like with us. Do you know about Iguaçu Falls in Brazil, Ron? Have you heard about it?
I
Iguaçu Falls?
I have not.
No? So it's a, how can I describe it? It's a park where there is a lot of water, like falls, falls of water,
Hmm.
and it's in the south region.
Hmm.
And people, when we say we are from Paraná, that stays in the south, and they are from other states, they say, "Oh, that's very awesome! So you have visited Iguaçu Falls," and we say, "Oh, we haven't," because most of us haven't been to Iguaçu Falls, but it's in our region, so it happens with us too. Something that our region and we haven't visited because we prefer going to another places like beaches in Rio or beaches in Northeast. So
Right. It's funny. You always take locations that are close for granted because it's like, oh well, it's just
yeah,
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
totally that. Totally that. Yeah, Ilana said it's one of the seven wonders, and
Oh
Woodson said
wow.
like Niagara Falls. Yeah, it's
Oh, wow.
similar to, but I think Iguaçu Falls is larger, right? If I'm not mistaken. Okay.
Okay.
hmm Do you have another questions? No?
Hmm.
One, do you have plans to still studying like a master degree, doctor degree?
So yeah, if so when I went to college, when I because I was when I went to college for philosophy, which that's kind of a rare story for a lot of people to go to college for philosophy. Typically, people who go to college are just like, oh, I took a philosophy class and then I got into philosophy. But I just went straight in, and they were just like, man, this kid is interesting. But yeah, I went when I went to school for philosophy. My goal was to become a professor, and it still is. And I do have to go for a master's degree and a PhD in philosophy. Um, at this time, I am looking for a good master's program that I can go to for philosophy, because not all master's degree programs are the same. And I realized that by the end of my senior year, and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna take some time to really think about and choose where I'm gonna go before I take that next step. But yeah, that's in my future. That's in my future. And
Mhm.
PhD. So
And
Nice.
is it like in Brazil? Because in Brazil we have to create a project and do a test to enter in a
mhm.
master's degree. Is it like that in
Ve-
the universities?
it is very similar. Yeah, it is very similar. Depending on the program and the university, you have to take GREs, which is basically like a graduate assessment,
Mhm.
and maybe submit a portfolio of work. So I might have to send in papers I've written in the past and things of that nature. So yeah,
Mm,
very similar.
I get it. So your plans for the future are being a professor, a philosophy professor. One of them.
Yes, yes. I knew so maybe a small story as to how I got interested in that.
Mhm.
When I was in high school, I had an English teacher that was just one of the most kindest persons ever. And he encouraged me to kind of read about philosophy. Now, I didn't know what that was at the time, but he suggested a book for me in the library. And I picked it up and I said, wow, these characters are really interesting. The Socrates and Aristotle and all these, old ancient people. And they're doing things that I already did in my head. so so I said, wow, this might be something I'm interested in. And since then
Mhm.
I've been full throttle forward about philosophy and stuff like that, and then just dug deeper and deeper.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah, that's so cool. That's so nice. All right, guys. So If you don't have further questions, if you have, please say it. All right, you can ask. Ilana, do you have any other? I always ask Ilana because she's so creative. She's one of the most creative people I know.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. Maybe it would be nice for Ron to explain the difference between professor and teacher.
Oh yeah.
Because in Brazil we don't have that difference, so we just have one word for all teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh really?
Yeah. And another thing is that we call like all teachers teachers, so there is no such difference.
Okay.
And we also don't call them by Miss or Mr. We just call them by their names. Or teacher Ron, teacher Ron.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, when I use the word when I use the term professor, I specifically mean an instructor at a university or college level of education, so higher education specifically. So I guess so when you say there's kind of no distinction, does that mean like what I would call a professor, that would also still be just considered just a teacher instead of calling it a professor? Okay. Yeah. Whereas,
an interesting fact, Ron, is that in the USA you call them by, like Ilana said, Mr. and Mrs.
Right.
We don't do it. I remember I've learned that people in the USA called teachers Mrs. and Mr. because of everybody hates Chris. Everybody hates Chris, right? Yeah, do you remember there were Mrs. I forgot her name. Yeah, but he called them by Mrs. and Mr. and I learned that. But okay. So if you don't have any further questions, I'm loving the backgrounds because now I've seen the fire. Gente, perdi todos os negócios hoje. E o Ron não tá entendendo nada falando em português.
Fireworks.
Yeah, fireworks. I was saying, Ron, that I am forgetting all the words here. I think it's because I'm nervous to be in front of Ron. So I'm loving Ariana fireworks background. Oh my God.
That's so nice.
Yeah, that are so many. I was teaching another student another day, and she had a beach in the background, and the waves were moving, and the
that's so cool.
yeah,
so
and
cool.
then you felt like you were in the beach, and I was, oh my God, I miss the beach so much. Because of the pandemic, we haven't been going to beaches, so. Yeah. So, Ron, I would like to thank you so much for being here with us, for answering.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, for sharing the tradition. Yeah, it's hard because we loved it this time, and so thank you very much for sharing all those information about Thanksgiving and Black Friday and your personal information. And that's it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. You guys are so kind, and I would love to come to Brazil someday.
Yeah, please come to Brazil. Visit us, please.
Yes.
To have you here. And I think you would love Brazil too. Yeah. All right, guys. So thank you very much, and bye-bye. See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice to meet you, Ron.
Nice to meet you guys. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, bye, Ron. Thank you so much.
Bye. I hope I was not too weird.
Of course you weren't.
I just
Totally fine. I'm going to stop the recording now because then we can